What's your scariest hitchhiking story? I was driving alone late one night on a deserted stretch of highway, trying to make it to a motel before exhaustion caught up with me. The road was empty, swallowed by darkness, with only my headlights cutting through the misty air. That's when I saw him. A man standing on the shoulder, thumb out, backpack slung over one shoulder. He looked rough, like he'd been walking for miles. His face was shadowed under the brim of a cap, but something about him made me uneasy. Still, guilt gnawed at me. It was late, it was cold, and he clearly needed help. Against my better judgment, I pulled over. As he climbed in, the air in the car felt heavier. He didn't say much, just gave me a curt nod and mumbled that he was headed as far as I could take him. His voice was low, flat, and something about it sent a chill down my spine. We drove in silence for a while, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. His hands were clenched tight in his lap, and every time I glanced over, he seemed to be watching me from the corner of his eye. Then I noticed it. His backpack was partially unzipped, and inside I saw something glint under the faint light. It was the handle of a knife. My heart started racing, but I forced myself to stay calm. I didn't want him to sense my fear. Thinking fast, I casually mentioned that my car had been acting up and that I'd need to pull over soon to check something. He didn't respond, just stared straight ahead. A few miles later, I saw a gas station up ahead. Bright lights, people. I pulled in, pretending to fiddle with the dashboard. "I'll be right back," I said, forcing a smile. He just nodded, his face expressionless. I got out, walked toward the station's door, then sprinted inside, locking the door behind me. The clerk gave me a strange look as I gasped for breath, explaining in broken sentences what had happened. We looked outside, but the car was gone. The police never found him, and my car turned up abandoned miles away. Sometimes I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't stopped at that gas station. Or worse, if I hadn't stopped at all. Like and subscribe for more.